and welcome to lesson 188, which is the peace of God is shining in me now, or you could simply say peace is shining in me now. So we'll take a moment and gently close the eyes down or soften the gaze. Settle the sit bones. And we're consciously opening our heart to a new day and a new lesson. As we say, we begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth, that we are one, that we are love, and that we are free. And so we release these words and we let it be. Okay, welcome. 188. What a beautiful title. The peace of God is shining in me now. Why wait for heaven? Those who seek the light are merely covering their eyes. The light is in them now. Enlightenment is only a recognition and not a change at all. And I think that's a really important thing to know, that you have all that you need. You already are that with which you're searching for. It's you you're looking for. Light is not of the world, yet you who bear the light in you are alien here as well. The light came with you from your native home, stayed with you because it is your own. It is the only thing you bring with you from your source. It shines in you because it lights your home and leads you back to where it came from and where you are at home. This light cannot be lost. Why wait to find it in the future or believe it has been lost already or was never there? It can so easily be looked upon that arguments which prove it is not there become ridiculous. Who can deny the presence of what they behold in them? It is not difficult to look within, for there all vision starts. All sight through the body's eyes, or of any dreams, is only a shadow of what is seen through inward vision. In the mind is where perception starts, and there it ends. Perception has no source but this. The peace of source is shining in you now, and from your heart extends around the world. And you know, one of the ways I guess that I have experienced knowing the light is the practice of eye gazing with somebody. I don't know if you've ever practiced eye gazing, but they do say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And it is, though, about making that really deep contact through the eyes. It's not just like we usually glance at one another. It's looking deeply into another, but also we can do that same look deeply into ourselves. It pauses to caress each living thing and leaves a blessing with it that remains forever and forever. What it gives must be eternal. It removes all thoughts of the ephemeral and the valueless. It brings renewal to all tired hearts and lights all vision as it passes by. All of its gifts are given everyone, and everyone unites in giving thanks to you who give and you who have received. The shining in your mind reminds the world of what it has forgotten, and the world restores the memory to you as well. From you, freedom radiates with gifts beyond all measure, given and returned. To you, the giver of the gift, does God or Source give thanks. And in Source's blessing, does the light in you shine brighter, adding to the gifts you have to offer the world. The peace of God can never be contained. Who recognizes within himself must give it, and the means for giving it are in their understanding. They forgive because they recognize the truth in them. The peace of God is shining in you now and in all living things. In quietness, it is acknowledged universally. For what your inward vision looks upon is your perception of the universe. And I love that this can be done in quietness. This isn't something that we have to shout from the rooftops or anything. We sit quietly and perceive the entire universe within ourselves. It's all in there in you. The invitation is to sit quietly, close your eyes. The light within you is sufficient. It alone has the power to give the gift of sight to you. Exclude the outer world and let your thoughts fly to the peace within. They know the way, for honest thoughts, untainted by the dream of worldly things outside yourself, become the holy messengers of love. So we'll actually pause now and then we'll come back and read the rest of it. I think that would be a nice way to do it. So let's take a moment and we're going to drop into that quiet place and come to recognize the universe that is within us. I'm hearing the words that merely by acknowledging the light, you enhance the light. By your beginning to look, even the light starts to shine more brightly, calling you towards it. And so we'll continue. These thoughts you think with love, they recognize their home. And these holy thoughts point surely to their source, where God the Creator and the child are one. Peace is shining on them, but these thoughts must remain with you as well, for these pure thoughts were born within your mind, as yours was born in God's. They lead you back to peace from where they came to remind you how you must return. They heed your Creator's voice when you refuse to listen, and they urge you gently to accept God's word for what you are, instead of fantasies and shadows. That's really beautiful. They urge you gently to accept the word, to accept what you are, instead of any fantasies or shadows. And God knows, many of us look on these fantasized and shadowy versions of ourselves, where we see ourselves in poor and dull light. So these right-minded thoughts remind you that you are the co-creator of all things that live. For as the peace of God is shining in you now, it must shine on everything. We practice coming nearer to the light in us today. We take our wandering thoughts and we bring them back to where they fall in line with all the thoughts we share with God. We will not let them stray. So we're gathering in all those wandering thoughts. We let the light within our minds direct them to come home. We have betrayed them, ordering that they depart from us. And now we call them back and we wash them clean of strange desires and disordered wishes. We restore to them the holiness of their inheritance. So this is the invitation to bring everything to the light, like absolutely everything. And that means that we're not pushing anything down or out of the way. We're recognizing innocence and we're bringing everything to the light. Thus our minds are restored from all the wandering thoughts, and we acknowledge that the peace of love still shines in us and from us to all living things that share our life. We will forgive them all, absolving all the world from what we thought it did to us. For it is we who make the world as we would have it. Now we choose that it be innocent, devoid of sin, and open to salvation. And we lay our saving blessing on the world as we say, "The peace of God is shining in me now. Let all things shine upon me in that peace, and let me bless them with the light in me." And you get this opportunity to move through the day, blessing everything with the light that is in you. See you soon.